Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Reflection Realm. In today's video, we discuss the complex reasons why codependent individuals often stay in emotionally abusive relationships, exploring the psychological and emotional dynamics that perpetuate these harmful cycles. Emotional abuse is sly. It often starts subtly, with small comments or actions that seem harmless at first. Over time, these small instances accumulate, creating a pattern of behavior that chips away at the victim's self-esteem and sense of self-worth. The abuser may use tactics such as belittling, criticizing, or ignoring the victim's feelings, making them feel insignificant and unimportant. This erosion of self-worth can leave the victim feeling small and insignificant, questioning their own value and worthiness. Emotional abuse thrives in silence. It often goes unseen by the outside world, as the abuser may present a different persona in public. This can make it difficult for the victim to seek help or even recognize that they are being abused. The abuser may isolate the victim from friends and family, making them feel trapped and alone. This isolation can lead to feelings of helplessness and despair, as the victim feels they have no one to turn to for support. Victims of emotional abuse can feel trapped, controlled, and manipulated. The abuser may use various tactics to maintain control, such as guilt trips, criticism, or emotional withdrawal. These tactics can create a sense of dependency in the victim, making it difficult for them to leave the relationship. The victim may feel that they cannot survive without the abuser, leading to a cycle of emotional dependence and abuse. Codependency often plays a significant role in these toxic relationships. Codependency is a behavioral condition where an individual prioritizes the needs of others above their own, often to the detriment of their own well-being. This can make it difficult for the victim to set healthy boundaries and assert their own needs and desires. The abuser may exploit this codependency, using it to maintain control and manipulate the victim. Codependency is a behavioral condition that can develop in response to emotional abuse. It often involves a pattern of enabling behavior, where the victim may try to please the abuser or avoid conflict by putting the abuser's needs first. This can lead to an unhealthy reliance on the abuser for validation and self-worth, further entrenching the cycle of abuse. Individuals struggling with codependency often prioritize the needs of others above their own. This can make it difficult for them to recognize and address their own needs and desires. The abuser may exploit this tendency, using it to maintain control and manipulate the victim. The victim may feel that they are responsible for the abuser's happiness and well-being, leading to feelings of guilt and obligation. This can make it difficult for the victim to set healthy boundaries. They may feel that they cannot say no to the abuser or assert their own needs and desires. This lack of boundaries can lead to further emotional abuse, as the abuser may take advantage of the victim's willingness to please and avoid conflict. Individuals struggling with codependency often prioritize the needs of others above their own. This can make it difficult for them to recognize and address their own needs and desires. The abuser may exploit this tendency, using it to maintain control and manipulate the victim. The victim may feel that they are responsible for the abuser's happiness and well-being, leading to feelings of guilt and obligation. This can lead to an unhealthy reliance on their partner for validation and self-worth. The victim may feel that they cannot survive without the abuser, leading to a cycle of emotional dependence and abuse. The abuser may use subtle tactics like guilt trips, criticism, or emotional withdrawal to maintain control. These tactics can create a sense of dependency in the victim, making it difficult for them to leave the relationship. The abuser might use subtle tactics like guilt trips, criticism, or emotional withdrawal to maintain control. These tactics can create a sense of dependency in the victim, making it difficult for them to leave the relationship. The victim may feel that they cannot survive without the abuser, leading to a cycle of emotional dependence and abuse. Over time, The victim starts believing the abuser's narrative, further diminishing their self-esteem. The abuser may use tactics such as belittling, criticizing, or ignoring the victim's feelings, making them feel insignificant and unimportant. This erosion of self-worth can leave the victim feeling small and insignificant, questioning their own value and worthiness. This creates a vicious cycle of emotional dependence and abuse. The victim may feel that they cannot survive without the abuser, leading to a cycle of emotional dependence and abuse. The abuser may use subtle tactics like guilt trips, criticism, or emotional withdrawal to maintain control. These tactics can create a sense of dependency in the victim, making it difficult for them to leave the relationship. Breaking free from this cycle requires recognizing the signs of codependency and understanding its role in perpetuating the abuse. It involves acknowledging the ways in which the abuser has manipulated and controlled the victim, and recognizing the patterns of behavior that have contributed to the cycle of abuse. This can be a difficult and painful process, but it is an essential step towards healing and empowerment. It's a journey of self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. It involves learning to recognize and address one's own needs and desires, and setting healthy boundaries to protect oneself from further abuse. It also involves seeking support from friends, family, or professionals who can provide guidance and encouragement along the way. Remember, you are not alone, and there is hope for a brighter future. There are resources and support available for those who are struggling with emotional abuse and codependency. It is important to reach out for help and to take steps towards healing and empowerment. You deserve to live a life free from abuse and to feel valued and worthy.
Codependency can feel like a double-edged sword. On one hand, you crave connection and intimacy. On the other hand, you fear rejection and abandonment. This conflicting desire stems from a lack of self-love and validation. People with codependent tendencies often believe their worth comes from pleasing others. They become fixated on fixing their partner's problems. This need for external validation traps them in a cycle of seeking approval and neglecting their own needs. The fear of being alone is a powerful motivator. It can make you stay in a relationship long after it becomes unhealthy. The thought of leaving, even an abusive relationship, can feel overwhelming. Codependency whispers that you are responsible for your partner's happiness. It tells you that you are not enough on your own. This belief system keeps you tethered to the abuser. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards breaking free from codependency's grip. Let's look at Sarah and Mark. Sarah is a people pleaser. She constantly puts Mark's needs before her own, neglecting her own well-being. Mark, on the other hand, is emotionally unavailable. He relies on Sarah for his emotional needs but rarely reciprocates. Sarah feels responsible for Mark's happiness. She believes that if she loves him enough, he will change. This belief keeps her trapped in a cycle of giving and resentment. This is a classic example of codependency in action. Sarah's self-worth is intertwined with Mark's approval. She seeks validation through her actions rather than her inherent worth. Codependency often manifests as an inability to say no. There's a constant need to please others, even at the expense of personal happiness. Recognizing these patterns in your own relationships is crucial. It's the first step towards breaking free from the cycle of codependency. Breaking free from codependency is a journey, not a destination. It starts with self-reflection. Take time to understand your patterns. Why do you prioritize others' needs over your own? Journaling can be a powerful tool. Write down your thoughts and feelings. Explore your past experiences. Identify the root of your codependent behaviors. Therapy can provide a safe space to explore your emotions. A therapist can help you understand your codependency and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Remember, healing takes time. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories. Each step you take towards self-discovery brings you closer to freedom. Healing from codependency is about reclaiming your power. It's about setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing your well-being. Start by saying no more often. It's okay to decline requests that drain your energy or compromise your values. Focus on building self-love. Engage in activities that bring you joy and nourish your soul. Spend time in nature, pursue hobbies, or connect with supportive friends. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. You are worthy of love and respect, just as you are. Remember, healing is not linear. There will be ups and downs. Be kind to yourself during setbacks. Embrace the journey. It's through these challenges that you discover your strength and resilience. Imagine a life where your happiness doesn't depend on others. You are free to be yourself, without the need for external validation. This is the promise of healing from codependency. It's about recognizing your inherent worth. You are enough just as you are. Your value comes from within, not from pleasing others. As you continue on this journey, remember to celebrate your progress. Acknowledge your strength and resilience. Embrace the freedom that comes with setting healthy boundaries. You deserve relationships built on mutual respect, trust, and love. Believe in your ability to heal and create a future filled with joy, authenticity, and meaningful connections. Thank you for watching, and please stop in again to view more on codependency, emotional abuse, and healing. If this video resonated with you, or you think it could help someone you know, please like, share, and subscribe so you can be notified when more videos are waiting for you. Let's spread the word and help prevent the spread of emotional and physical abuse. Take care of yourselves and each other.